You recognize this, don't you? Of course you do. And not only do you remember it, if you listen closely enough, you can picture the images, the emotions, the faces of the characters, the blip-blops of R2-D2, the Death Star, the Star Destroyers, that first lightsaber ignition, the beauty of Leia and Padme, and the rise and fall of Vader.
Or this one, the scar, the Horcruxes, the flying brooms, the bright colors of the first two movies, the castle with its ever-changing staircase, the chocolate frogs and the time turner.
Or maybe this one, the One Ring, the elves, the Nazgul, Sauron and his suffocation grip on the world, the Shire, Frodo's heroic journey with the Fellowship, the return of Gandalf, the march of the Ents.
All of that is engraved so deeply in your memory for 1,000 reasons. The story, of course, the sets, the direction, the actors, the artistic choices. But there's one element that, more than any other, transforms a chronological sequence of scenes into something that sticks to your emotional memory and never lets go. The music.
The music that so masterfully accompanies these films, it's what provides the emotional glue. It elevates the character's evolution, highlights dramatic moments, and gives a sense of fulfillment and closure to the hero's journey. Music carries the story through its flow. It defines the tone of the film. It shapes the mood more than anything else. Don't believe me?
Holy shit. Somebody once told me the word.
With the wrong music, a movie completely changes its intention. That's why it sticks in your head, because the music carries the emotional weight of the entire film. It's the reason we feel a lump in our throat when Anakin burns in the fire, when Harry finds his family at Hogwarts, when Frodo finally returns to the Shire. But what if I told you could achieve the same thing in your D&D campaigns?
Ciao! Welcome to Cantrip! Today we are talking about how to emotionally manipulate your players using one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal, how to give your campaign a deeper emotional impact, and how to elevate your story's most important moments.
Let's start with one of the most fundamental concepts, the leitmotif. When it comes to emotions, the leitmotif is to music what salt is to pasta. It's easier to explain it with an example, the Imperial March. You know how in Star Wars, every time Vader on the Death Star shows up, the music goes... and we all immediately think, oh crap, something's about to go down. That's because, by that point, John Williams, the composer, has already manipulated us. He's conditioned us to associate that specific musical theme with Darth Vader and the Death Star. Or in Harry Potter, when at the end of the 8th movie we hear the family theme one last time. A melody we've known since the very first film. We instantly know Harry's home, he's found peace, because the music itself carries 8 movies worth of emotions and storytelling.
You can give your players the same feeling. In my campaign, for example, one player, an orphan, kept having vision of his mother throughout his life. And every time I described those visions, I'd play... So when much later they arrived in a village enslaved by dwarves and took shelter in a hut for the night, and I played that exact same music again, guess what his reaction was? Exactly, Mom's here.
So here's your first piece of advice. Find at least one piece of music that defines an important character in your story. You don't need a degree in composition, just steal it from movies, video games or pop rock songs. Start with that, and whenever that character does, says or reveals something important, play it for your party. Soon enough, they'll associate that music with the character, whether it's a PC or an NPC. If you time it right, the music will do the heavy lifting for you, making that character feel important and emotionally connected to your players.
You can do the same for your campaign's villain. In my game, every time the party encounters someone tied to the main villain, I play... Even without context, they instantly know this person is connected. Maybe they're part of the villain's gang, maybe they're a pawn in his plan, maybe a relative, an ally, or an old friend. Just imagine how powerful the moment will be when they finally meet him face to face, after hearing only whispers and his theme for the entire campaign. And I blast those first few notes at full volume. I honestly can't wait. Guys, we really need to schedule more sessions per week, please.
Once you've mastered a single track per character or situation, you can expand the idea. Talk to your players, ask each of them to share 2 or 3 songs, or just one if you've got a big group, for different moods, heroism, fear, sadness, whatever fits. Then the sky's the limit, experiment, play music when they expect it and when they don't. Link it to what's happening with their characters. Having trouble getting them to roleplay deeply? Add music. Suddenly, everyone's a better actor. One player pulls off something bold and reckless, blasts their heroic theme. Another is struggling with inner demons or facing a painful choice. Gently slide in their fear or sadness theme. Make them feel what's happening at the table, like they're inside a movie. Soon they start experiencing everything more vividly, as if they really are the heroes of an epic story.
In my main game I have 4 tracks per player: heroism, fear, nostalgia and discovery. Plus 2 group themes, one for major victories, one for the moments tied to the main quest. Then I've got the villains theme and a bunch more for side characters, personal storylines, guilds, the Underdark, and yeah, I composed all of them myself, because I'm absolutely insane and suffer from insomnia. You, on the other hand, you sane, functional people, can just steal music from films and games, attach it shamelessly to every emotionally relevant moment in your adventure. Don't be afraid to use Jack Sparrow's theme for your NPC, if it helps set the mood.
But hold up, having music always playing is the same as having none at all. Don't overdo it. Take inspiration from movies. They alternate music-heavy scenes with moments of silence. If your party just had an intense, dramatic scene where they got crucial information accompanied by the villain's powerful theme, maybe the next scene, back at the camp, polishing armors and deciding who takes first watch, works better without music. Learn to mix silence and sound. Remember, your personal and situational themes lose their power if you overuse them. Play them only at key moments, not just to fill the silence. Use strategic recurrence. Don't play a leitmotif every single time the character appears. Let your players associate gradually. The first time the enemy's or traitor's theme shows up, make it subtle. The second time, a bit clearer. The third, boom! Instant recognition. Now they connect the melody to the threat or revelation. This builds anticipation and narrative tension without a single extra line of dialogue.
Of course, there will also be moments that need more generic music background, like when the party is in a tavern or in a new city, or exploring a random dungeon not tied to the main story, which, honestly, you probably shouldn't have. But that's another video. You can't pre-score every scene, and not every one of them needs a heavy emotional load anyway. If you're looking for a premium service that lets you listen to whatever you want without ads and with tons of user-created playlists, our recommendation is Spotify. Check out playlists by Uranio Recordings, Brian Davis and Ivan Dutch. Save them to your library and just hit play on the one that best fits the moment. Done.
Mind your volume. Balance loud and quiet moments. When you're about to speak again and deliver new information to the group, the music can rise slightly, become more intrusive, signaling that something new is about to land on the table. In intimate moments, with few words, there's no need to blast the soundtrack. A soft background will do. It will be heard just fine. Don't make the mistake of thinking music is only to dramatic or combat scenes. It also works beautifully for quiet tension, exploration, or important dialogue. A light melody can suggest there's something beneath the surface. A faint, unsettling motif can tell players someone's watching them. Even without words, music communicates instantly and powerfully.
So, music in D&D isn't just an accessory. It becomes an invisible character, a constant narrative thread, an emotional amplifier. With a clever leitmotif, conscious variation, and a strategic repetition, you can turn ordinary scenes into unforgettable moments. And the best part, it works in every context. Combat, exploration, social encounters, plot twists, everything becomes more immersive.
You don't have to be John Williams or Hans Zimmer to make it work. You just need a clear direction. What do you want your players to feel? Fear? Anxiety? Betrayal? Heroism? Mystery? Then choose your instruments, themes, and variation to express that emotion. The key is emotional consistency and smart repetition.
So next time you prep a D&D session,
Prep? What is prep?
ask yourself, what's the music of my characters? What's the music of my world? What's the music of my story? And that's all for this video.
If you liked it, leave a thumbs up to support us and subscribe to the channel. Given the topic, make sure to ring the bell. Tell us your favorite playlist in the comments and which songs you use for your astral villain. See you soon and thanks for watching!